Hi, this is Mrs. Syme here with a sample genre form project for us to look at and listen to. Before we listen, we're going to follow along with the grading sheet so that you can see what your teachers are looking for when your project is finished. So first on the grading sheet, they're wondering, is your project 17 bars long? Well, up here on your timeline, these are your bars. Okay. Yes, my project ends at 17. It's got a tiny little tag here past 17, and that is just fine. Number 2, is it audibly divided into 4-bar sections? Well, visually it's divided by my flags, right? My yellow flags here. They're every 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's visually divided into 4-bar sections by my flags, but how do we know if it's audibly divided? Well, of course we could listen to it, but we can also do that by looking at the different patterns of sound here. So if we're looking at this green box and its patterns of black are the sounds. They're teeny tiny, all right? They don't happen very often, okay? And then, well, here at marker B, it gets different. Visually, we can see that this is different from there, and that change is happening right on my marker where the 4 bars change from part A to part B. If I look at C, this is obvious. There's nothing here, and all of a sudden we're bringing in something new. Nothing here, bringing something in. There's also changes down here that you can see. Then for my final section, this is a repeat. So A and A here at the beginning, and they look identical visually if you look at those. So even without listening, I can see that there's going to be audible differences between these, okay? So without even looking at or listening to your projects, your teachers have a good idea if you're meeting the requirements. All right, number 3 is just checking to see if these flag markers up here are using your letters, your A's, B's, sometimes C's. And if you need to change those, you just right-click and say Edit, and you can edit or add a flag just in that way. Number 4, all sections share a common track or very similar track. So for me, the bass track here is my common track. If I look, it does not change. It's the same bass track. I changed the volume, that's that white bar there, but it's the same track, same sounds holding all that together. All right, here's a very similar track. My drums, this whole drum track has different mixed beats, but if we were to listen to them, they're all drum set patterns. So that would be, a similar track that's also helping to hold your piece together. Okay. Number 5, each section is used no more than twice. Well, we know I've used A twice. There's A here and A here, and then only one B and only one C. So we're good on that. Number 6, are there at least 4 tracks? So over here, your tracks are numbered. So this is track 1, track 2, track 3. I have 6 different tracks. Okay. Looking, I could have combined these 3 tracks into just 2 because of the space, but visually it's nice to be able to see where something different is coming in. That's my preference. At least 4 different instrument types. That's number 7. So if I start down here, one instrument type is my drum set in this bottom track. Another instrument type is this West Coast lead. It's kind of a synthesizer sound. Okay, so that would be a second instrument type. This didgeridoo, I don't have any other wind instruments from Australia, so we can call that its own instrument type. Bass guitar, that's 3. I've got 3 instrument types. Up here on this percussion track, I've got percussion FX1 or FX2 and percussion 1. These I would call similar instrument types. The simple percussion line. This is also a fairly simple percussion line. So I would call these same instrument types, all right? They're serving the same purpose for my music. So I definitely have more than 4 instrument types. Number 8, volume changes are used in each track. You can see volume and make changes by these white lines that are running through. Okay, and you can see I increased the volume here, and to do that you just click on a white line and it gives you a bending point then that you can move and shape however you want it. Okay, and for the project you're asked to put at least 1 volume change in every track. So in my bottom track, I've got volume changes here and here. The next track up has quite a bit. Almost all of these have volume changes. So you're just making sure that for every track you have, you're changing the volume somewhere once. And finally, number 9, final project is saved in the correct form and zipped into a zip folder and then uploaded. So let's walk through that process because there's a couple steps involved. So right now it's saved just as a Mixcraft file. In order to turn it into a teacher or to send it to anybody else's computer, you need to zip it so it includes all these specific sounds that you used. By clicking on File, Copy Project Files to a zip file, that'll help us get the process done. It's telling me I've made changes, but I want to save those changes before we zip. Now here it's important to put it in the right place. Right now it's automatically going to save to your Documents folder, but we want to save everything that you do on your computer to Google Drive. So let's maneuver there. So from this PC, we're going to scroll down and here's Google File Stream. Okay, then here's My Drive, and hopefully inside My Drive you've got a folder for all of your different classes that you use your computer for. So here's my Applied Arts class, so I want it to go in my Applied Arts folder. If you don't have an Applied Arts folder, ask your teacher or a friend to help you make one in your My Drive. Now here, to name it, I need to look at my grading sheet because I'm being asked to title it my first name, my last name, genre, form, and then save. Okay, you're going to answer yes to a couple questions with Mixcraft. You're mostly always going to answer yes to all of its questions. Okay, so now that it's been saved, let's find it because you need to find it to be able to upload it to your Warrior Web bulletin board. That is not where I wanted to go. Let's come over here to, all right, so we need to go to Google Drive File Stream, into your drive, Applied Arts, and there it is, my genre form. Okay, and then I can just copy this or drag this over to my bulletin board once I have Warrior Web open. Okay, great. Let's go back and listen to this project that we now know was excellent. It met all the requirements, but does it sound fun? Now, your teacher's not worried. You want your music to sound good, but I just gave myself 100% and I didn't even listen to it. So your teachers aren't looking for songs that they like the sound to. It's so objective, Somebody may hate rap and somebody else may love country. So we try not to grade people that way. Here we go. Let's check it out.